Welcome to Busy Brain Club. In a previous video, I explained inflation and price and how we end up getting to the price of goods and services. Question I ask myself a lot is why would we create a system with inflation inherent in it? Why would we do it? And I think I came up with a solution. It's not hard to figure out. You don't need to go to some school of economics or whatever. You don't need a 4-year degree to figure it out. I think they were kind of forced into it because every way that you would try to create the economy, you would run into problems. Back in the day, they used to have gold as the money, and that was fine. Eventually, we evolved to a point where we take pieces of paper as representations of gold because it's easier to carry around than the gold itself. Plus, that evolved into the whole paper money situation that we have today. As a country grows, and this is a global thing, as a country grows and they add goods and services to the economy, and to explain this, just let's once again reduce the whole world to something very, very simple. So there's nothing in the world, and we're gonna kickstart the economy, and we're gonna make clay pots. I have $100 total in the world, and it could be a billion, trillion. For simplicity, just say it's $100, and I make 100 clay pots. Each clay pot is $1 a piece. As I add clay pots to the economy, and the clay pots represent all the goods and services that you consume daily. Because remember, I could buy the clay pot, or I could pay the craftsman to make the clay pot. So either way, it's adding to the economy. 100 clay pots, $100 in the system. Now I am creating more clay pots, right? I have 200 clay pots and only $100 in the system. So the $100 has to represent the goods and services in the system. And currently, it's 200 clay pots. So if you play that scenario over a period of time, you'll find that your clay pots will be reduced in price. They'll get cheaper. They get cheaper over time. You're going to reach a limit. $1 bill is divisible by 100. The cheapest any product can get is probably 1 cent. In financial systems, the computer can do fractions of a cent. But sticker price on the shelf, I don't see fractions of a cent on a store shelf. I can't see that happening. And so to maintain pricing of goods and services in an economy, you have to increase the amount of money you have in the system relative to all the goods and services you're adding to maintain a steady price. That's the intention, to maintain a steady price. But because this formula requires accurate measurement, if it's off by a little, the formula has a runaway effect on specific goods and services. As the money supply increases, there is disproportional increase in the price of different goods and services. And so you play that scenario forward, and then you have the current situation we're in. Real estate asset prices are through the roof. It is getting so bad that even the fundamental things that we need in life, the floor is pushing up, or maybe the ceiling is coming down, whichever one sounds more morbid. The fix for it is to increase the income of individuals who need to consume those goods and services. But there's a problem with that one. As you increase the cost of labor, and we are the most inefficient part of any system, here comes an entrepreneur creating self-cash outs and removing us from the economy. Some people might say, let's go back to the gold standard, but I think that would be pointless, because whatever you see as the current debt for any country in the world, that would be the market value for gold, all the gold in the world. And gold is actually useful. It's not like a piece of bismuth on the periodic table. No one would want gold to skyrocket to that level, because then you won't have gold-plated RCA jacks and gold-plated earrings anymore. It'll be too expensive to produce, relatively speaking. We use gold to validate the paper dollar, and then we remove gold from the equation, but people still use the paper dollar. So if it's, maybe it's some strategy, I don't know. But in the next video, yeah, I'm gonna explain that part with the whole gold and stuff. Stick around.